video, I'm going to explain what the best treatment is for panic disorder. So panic disorder is where your biggest fear is having a panic attack. And this fear governs everything that you do. It influences all your decisions. If you'd like to know more about panic disorder, you can check out my video that's also on this channel, What is Panic Disorder? But in this video, we're going to focus on the best treatment. So the most effective treatment that's currently available for panic disorder is a talking therapy called Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, or CBT. And this treatment has 6 parts. The first part is a kind of assessment, I guess, where your therapist will ask you to describe your symptoms in detail, how they influence your life, your responsibilities, your relationships, your self-esteem. In the second part of the treatment, your therapist will help you to understand why panic disorder happens, what happens in your mind, what happens in your body, and the kind of things that trigger panic disorder and what is keeping it going. Because understanding what is going on places you in a much stronger position to do something about it. Okay, in the third part of the treatment, your therapist will help you to identify the vicious cycle that you get stuck in when you have panic disorder. So, you will look at how your thoughts and the way that you're thinking about things are influencing your anxiety. But also how, when you're feeling anxious, it's much easier to think in an anxious way. So you kind of get caught in a cycle where your thoughts feed your feelings and your feelings then feed back into your thoughts. You will also look at how, when you are feeling anxious, you tend to behave in a way that in the short term makes your anxiety feel better, but over the longer term actually makes the problem worse. There's a second vicious cycle then at the bottom here, where your feelings are influencing your behaviour in a negative way and back up from behaviours to feelings. And this explains why when you have panic disorder, it's really hard to change. Okay. In the fourth part of treatment, you will start looking at breaking down these vicious cycles. So starting with this top one here. So your therapist will help you to identify the anxious thoughts that you are having, and then look at their accuracy and their helpfulness. And over time, begin to replace those anxious thoughts with thoughts that make you feel calmer and more confident, more able to cope. In the fifth part of your therapy, you'll work on this bottom part of the vicious cycle. So identifying the behaviours that are being caused by your anxiety but are also feeding back in. And again, your therapist will help you to gradually start to replace these behaviours with behaviours that will make you feel calm and confident in your ability to handle things. In the final part of therapy or treatment for panic disorder, you look at building your self-esteem and your confidence, because these are the things that will make sure any changes you make last. This part of therapy future-proofs the treatment. Okay. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like to know more about panic disorder and its treatment, I've put a link to a useful book in the description. But for now, please take care of yourself and I'll see you soon.